Guess what, Bernard? It's time for some bedtime stories here at Wood Library. So let's get our first book. It's called The Perfect Seat. It's written by Minh Lee with illustrations by Gus Gordon, and it's published by Disney Hyperion. And there's a big moose and a little moose. Can you read to me? Asked the little moose. Of course, said Big Moose. But first, we have to find the perfect seat. This one, too big. This one, too small. This one, too old. This one, too new. This one, too rough. This one, too slippery. Should the perfect seat make you this dizzy? Asked Big Moose. Too thin? Too wide? Too tall? Too short? Too funky? Too fancy? What about here? Whoa! Are you okay down there? Oh, I give up, said Big Moose. Found it, said Little Moose. And it was perfect. Let's do a finger play about something that might grow in a tree. Can you make a fist with your hand like this and pretend that your fist is an apple? So you want to stretch your arm up so that you can have your apple in the apple tree. A little red apple hung high in the apple tree. I looked up at it, and it looked down at me. Come down, I called. And what do you suppose? Why, that little red apple hit me right on the nose. Well, let's stay with our tree theme here for a second, and this is called Leaf Trouble. This one is written by Jonathan Emmett with illustrations by Carolyn Jane Church. And it's published by Chicken House, a division of Scholastic. A fresh breeze blew across the woodland, tickling the tall grass and trembling the trees. Summer had left and autumn had arrived. Pip Squirrel stuck his head out of the nest and sniffed the air. Something's changed, he decided, and he scampered off to find out what it was. Now, Pip's nest was in an old oak tree. Pip loved the old tree, and he knew every bit of it from twig to trunk. But something was happening to the tree. It was happening so slowly that Pip hadn't noticed. Not until now. He skittered to a stop and stared at the leaves beside him. He was so surprised that he let go of the trunk and then, whoa! He squealed as he tumbled down through the branches and landed, oof, on the woodland floor. Pip lay there for a moment staring up at the leaves. They've changed color, he gasped, and he was right. The last time Pip had looked closely at the leaves, they had all been green. But now there were lots of colors, yellow and orange and even red. And as Pip watched, one of the leaves dropped off and drifted down toward the ground. He jumped up and ran after it and caught it in his paws. But just as he reached it, another leaf began to fall. Pip ran after the second leaf and just managed to catch it before it touched the woodland floor. Oh, not again, gasped Pip, as a third leaf began to fall. Pip was still racing around, trying to catch the falling leaves when his sister Blossom scurried up. Oh, good, panted Pip. "You're just in time." "Just in time for what?" she asked. "To help save the tree," puffed Pip. "It's falling to pieces." "Oh, but that's been happening for days," said Blossom, pointing to the leaf-covered ground. "Well, then we've got to stop it now," cried Pip. So Pip and Blossom collected all the fallen leaves into a big pile. "Now what?" asked Blossom. "We put them back," said Pip. So Blossom carried the leaves up into the tree, where Pip tried to stick them back on the branches, but it didn't work very well. And then, all of a sudden, whoo, there was a huge gust of wind and hundreds of leaves began to fall. Pip and Blossom were scrambling around frantically trying to gather them when Mom Squirrel arrived. There she is right there. "What are you two up to?" she asked. And when Mom found out what Pip and Blossom had been doing, she couldn't help smiling. "Oh, but Pip," she said, "the tree has to lose its leaves." And she explained about taking care of the leaves. It was hard work for a tree, and that after keeping them all summer, tree needed to rest for a while. "But I love this tree," said Pip sadly. "It's our home, and I want it back the way it was." "It will be," said Mom. "When spring comes, the leaves will all come back again. They've only gone away for a while." "Oh, like when the sun sets and then comes back again?" said Pip. "Like when the sun sets," agreed Mom, "except the leaves will take just a little longer to come back." Pip, Blossom, and Mom played beneath the old oak tree until the sun set. "They're such beautiful colors," said Pip, smiling now, "and I understand why." He held up a pawful of leaves to show Blossom and Mom. "They're the colors of the sunset." And they were. I hope they have fun playing in the leaves, because I think that's fun, don't you? Well, shall we shake, shake, shake our sillies out, shake, shake, shake our sillies out, shake, shake, shake your sillies out, and wiggle your waggles away. And can you clap, clap, clap your crazies out, clap, clap, clap your crazies out, clap, clap, clap your crazies out, and wiggle your waggles away. Can you stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out, stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out, stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out, and wiggle your waggles away. Go ahead and stand up. Can you jump, jump, jump your jiggles out, jump, jump, jump your jiggles out, jump, jump, jump your jiggles out, and wiggle your waggles away. Can you yawn? Yawn your sleepies out, yawn. Yawn your sleepies out, yawn. Yawn your sleepies out, and wiggle your waggles away. Can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out, shake, shake, shake your sillies out, shake, shake, shake your sillies out, and wiggle your waggles away. Well, do you like to get hugs? I know I do, but what would happen if you were a porcupine? This is called How Do You Hug a Porcupine? It's written by Laurie, Isop, and illustrated by Gwen Millward, and is published by Simon & Schuster Books for young people. Can you hug a horse? Of course. A cow? With arms around her neck. That's how. A cat or dog is not hard. Just hug them in your own backyard. Hugging bunnies is just divine. But how do you hug a porcupine? Can you hug some billy goats? Just entice them with a bag of oats. And surely you can hug a pig. Just spread your arms out extra big. With baby chicks, be sweet, be kind. But how do you hug a porcupine? This prickly fellow won't be easy. My stomach's feeling kind of queasy. He wears a coat of thorny quills. To hug this one will take some skills. A hedgehog is a little prickly. An ostrich is a little tickly. Chimpanzee will hug you back. I've never tried to hug a yak. A giraffe requires quite a climb. But how do you hug a porcupine? An elephant? Please hug his trunk. I wouldn't want to hug a skunk. A kangaroo? Just hop this way. Don't let the dolphin slip away. A panda probably wouldn't mind, but how do you hug a porcupine? You must go slowly, never hurry. Porcupines aren't soft and furry. His quills defend him from his foes, but I'm his friend, he surely knows. At last, hooray, it's finally time. This is how you hug a porcupine. Carefully. Well, let's see here. I'm pretty sure it's time to cook some hot dogs. I've got 5 little hot dogs that are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So 4 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 3 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 2 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 1 little hot dog is cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the one went bam. No little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the pan went bam. Well, I'm glad that that little boy got to hug. No, I can stop there. I'm glad that, aren't you glad that little boy figured out how to hug a porcupine? Because he certainly wanted to give a hug. And I think the porcupine wanted to get one. But what if you came up against someone or some animal that really didn't want to be friendly? This is called Those Pesky Rabbits. It's written and illustrated by Ciara Flood. And it's published by Little Bee Books. Do you see those rabbits? I see 1, 2, 3. They don't look very pesky, but then I'm not a bear. Bear lived on his own in the middle of nowhere, and that was just the way he liked it. So you can imagine how annoyed he was when a family of rabbits built their house right next to his. And soon after the rabbits had moved in, there was a on his door. "Hello, Mr. Bear. Could we borrow some honey, please? We want to bake a cake." "I don't have any honey," Bear said. But he did. Pesky rabbits, he muttered, and he poured himself a cup of tea and then added a drop of milk and 10 spoons of honey. He was just about to sit down when... "Hello, Mr. Bear. Could you help us chop some wood, please?" "No," said Bear. "I'm far too busy to help." Well, after his tea, Bear had fallen asleep in front of the fire when... "What now?" he growled. "Hello, Mr. Bear. Would you like to swap books with us?" "No, I would not like to swap books." And he slammed the door. A little later, Bear had just started to eat his dinner when... "Hello, Mr. Bear. Do you want to watch shooting stars with us?" What do you think he's going to say? "No, no, no," Bear roared. "What I want is to be left alone." So Bear got what he wanted. And then one day he heard a soft... But there were no rabbits at his door, just a basket. And inside was a cake, some wood, a book, and a note. And the note read, "Dear Mr. Bear, we know you have no honey to bake a cake, so we baked one for you. We hope you can build a warm fire with this wood. And we also thought you might like to read our favorite book, The Hutchliker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's about stars, planets, and space. From your neighbors, those pesky rabbits." Well, Bear ate the cake, made a fire with the wood, and read the book before bed. But he couldn't fall asleep that night. For the first time ever, Bear felt lonely. So he decided to do something that he had never done before. He went to visit his neighbors. And I don't know if you can see this. He's got 2 jars of honey on top of a very big pile of books and some more jars of honey around the bottom, and then some wood. Bear spent a lot of time with the rabbits after that, gathering honey, baking, chopping wood, reading books. And you know what? Do you really want to know something? That was just the way he liked it. I'm so glad that Mr. Bear decided that those rabbits weren't quite so pesky. They could be good friends. All right. Well, shall we do another finger play? Which one do you think we ought to do? We haven't had anything jumping on our bed tonight, so can you get your monkeys ready? I've got my 5 little monkeys that are jumping on the bed. When one fell off, oh, he bumped his head. So his mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." So 4 little monkeys are jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." So then 3 little monkeys were jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." So now 2 little monkeys are jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." And that left one little monkey to be jumping on the bed. When she fell off, oh, she bumped her head. So her mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So there are no more monkeys. But guess what? We have another story. This is called Squeaky Clean. This book is written by Simon Puttock and illustrated by Mary McQuillan and published by Little Brown and Company. Mama Pig had 3 piglets, and when they were new, they were all clean and beautiful. But being piglets, they soon got grubby. Oh, you mucky piglets, said Mama Pig. Tonight you will all have a bath. No, 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 squealed the 3 little piglets. We don't want to be clean. Yes, 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 said Mama Pig firmly. You are 3 little sillies and you need to be scrubbed. So she scooped them all up and popped them into the tub. But, oh, it's too deep, squealed Piglet 1. It's too wet, squealed Piglet 2. Eek, 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 squealed Piglet 3. And they squirmed and they wormed and they would not be washed. I think, said Mama Pig, that this bath needs some bubbles. And she swished and she swashed and she made lots of froth. Ooh, bubbles are pretty, said Piglet 1. Bubbles are tickly, said Piglet 2. Hee, said Piglet 3. Now, said Mama, it's time for ducks. And plop, 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 3 rubber ducks dropped into the tub. I like ducks, said Piglet 1. Ducks are fun, said Piglet 2. Quack, 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 said Piglet 3. And now, said Mama Pig, time for splishy, splashy, splashy. And she splooshed and she swooshed and galooshed them all over. More, 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 cried Piglet 1. Please sploosh me, said Piglet 2. Whee, said Piglet 3. And he wriggled and giggled and piggled with glee. It was the best bath time ever. Mama dried them and kissed them and patted their heads. Time for bed, my piglet, she said, and she popped them in between the sheets. And now, said Mama Pig to herself, it's my bath time. Mama Pig had lots of bubbles and rubber ducks and a soft green scrub brush. And then she toweled and she powdered, and when she was done, she opened the door, and there she saw her 3 little piglets, all clean and beautiful, sneaking down the hall. Just where do you think you're going? Asked Mama Pig. We are going to get grubby again, they squealed. Oh, you bad, naughty piglets, said Mama Pig. I just got you beautiful and clean. We know, agreed the piglets. We are all clean and beautiful, and we like that a lot. But we want you to give us another bath because baths are the best fun ever. Well, Mama Pig laughed and laughed. Oh, you good little piglets, you can have another bath, but 2 in one day is just too much. You will all have another bath tomorrow. And she scooted them back to bed. Good night, piglets, whispered Mama Pig. Good night, Mama, said Piglet 1. Good night, Mama, said Piglet 2. But there wasn't a peep from Piglet 3 because Piglet 3 was splish, splash, splashing all over again. I guess he really liked having a bath. Well, it must be time to find that bubble gum of yours. So can you reach in your pocket and find your piece of pretend bubble gum, unwrap it, and stick that wrapper either in the trash or set it aside and pop the gum in your mouth. We're going to chew it up until it's all soft and squishy and then do something disgusting with it. So ready, set, go. Okay, put out your hand. I'll count to 3 and we'll spit our gum into our hand. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's disgusting. And then clap your other hand on top. And we've got sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your knee. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your chin. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your arm. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your back. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your nose. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on mom or dad. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your toe. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. Time to throw it in the trash. Well, if it's almost bedtime, do you have somebody who will tuck you in? That's the problem with this little sheep. He's wondering, who will tuck me in tonight? This is written by Carol Roth and illustrated by Valerie Gorbachev. And it's published by North-South Books. The sun was setting on the farm, and Wooly, the little lamb, was sleepy. But Wooly couldn't find his mother. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? He asked sadly. I will, said Mrs. Cow. Now don't you worry, I know how. Everything will be all right. I'll tuck you in real snug and tight. Then Mrs. Cow spread out the blanket and tucked Wooly in so tight he couldn't move. Stop, cried Wooly. That's not right. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? Well, fancy that, said Mrs. Cat. I can do it just like that. I think I know just what you're missing. You need lots of bedtime kissing. And then Mrs. Cat began to lick Wooly all over and his face with her little tongue. Yuck, cried Wooly. Oh, that's not right. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? Here I come, said Mrs. Horse. I can do the job, of course. When you're in bed all nice and snug, I'll give you a great big hug. And then Mrs. Horse sat down on Wooly's bed and wrapped herself around him and squeezed with all her might. Help, cried Wooly. That's not right. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? No job's too small, no job's too big. I can do it, said Mrs. Pig. Now don't you move. I'll be right back. I think you need a bedtime snack. Then Mrs. Pig brought Wooly a pail full of messy, stinky, piggy snacks. No, no, cried Wooly. That's not right. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? Don't you worry, you're in luck. I can help, said Mrs. Duck. Now don't you fret and don't you cry. I'll sing a lovely lullaby. Then Mrs. Duck sang quack, 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 quack. But it didn't sound very much like a lullaby to Wooly. Enough, cried Wooly. That's not right. Oh, can't anyone tuck me in tonight? I can, said Mother Sheep. Oh, thank goodness she's there. You're back, cried Wooly. Yes, my little lamb. I'm sorry I'm so late. She tucked in his blanket just right. Not too loose and not too tight. Gave hugs and kisses that were soft and sweet and something sensible to eat. She sang some lovely lullabies. And then little Willie closed his eyes. Sleep tight. All right. Well, can you wiggle your fingers? And wiggle your toes? And wiggle your shoulders? How about your nose? Can you wiggle your elbows? And slap your knees? And stretch out your arms while I get ready, please, for our flannel board. Except it's not the flannel board this week. It's going to be my magnet board. And this is a rhyme. It sounds a little like a nursery rhyme, but, well, it's been twisted just a little bit. To market with the family pig. Then home again, jiggity jig. To market, to buy a hot dog. Then home again, jiggity jog. To market for a fresh loaf of bread. Then home again, jiggity jed. To market, to buy a savory sandwich. Then home again, jiggity jandwich. To market, to buy a cold ice cream cone. Then home again, jiggity joan. To market for a huge watermelon. I think actually it goes this way. Then home again, jiggity juddermelon. To market, to buy a sour pickle. Then home again, jiggity jiggle. And you can practice that rhyme song as you're going through the market. Maybe when you go to Wegmans, when your mom or dad puts something in the shopping cart, you can figure out what would go jiggity jangle with it. And we're going to finish up with something that goes not jiggity jangle, but jungle night. This is our Sandra Boynton book for tonight, and it's published by Workman. It's nighttime in the jungle. The moon will surely rise, and all the animals are sleeping with whisperings and sighs. Listen to the tiger, see, soo, ha. Listen to the cheetah, chee, chee, cha. Can you hear the crocodile? Snorkel, ooh, snorkel, ooh. And all the little monkeys, chatter choo, chatter choo. Wee grunt, go the Red River hogs. Rop, ruppet, go the green jungle frogs. The dazzling bird makes a long, quiet coo. And the great big gorilla goes hee, hoo, hoo, hoo. But somewhere after midnight, the elephant goes snore. And whoever had been sleeping isn't sleeping anymore. Hope when you go to bed, you'll be able to sleep, and we hope that you'll join us again next week for some bedtime stories here from Wood Library. Thanks for watching.